Pilot is a 2024 Korean comedy drama film. Now, this one wasn't really on my radar, and I didn't really want to watch it at first because it sounded kind of dumb. But this movie really surprised me. This is actually a really good comedy drama about Han-gyul. He is a hotshot commercial airliner pilot who also has a large social media presence. So kind of like the dancing weatherman, he has his career as a good pilot, but he also has a huge social media presence in the form of probably sponsorships, maybe even in there too. Very popular. However, he's very self-absorbed and doesn't pay attention to his wife and son a lot. And after a company function, someone records him saying something rather kind of sexist. So he gets blacklisted and sort of canceled by all the airlines. So he can't find a job. He doesn't want to be a co-pilot. He wants to be a normal pilot. However, no one will hire him. And more personal setbacks cause him to go into a despair. So he hangs out at his sister's place and gets drunk, wakes up and realizes he has applied to many jobs as a woman because he used to work for Han-gyul Air, but Han Air is like the sister sort of airline, and the CEO of that one is a female who's trying to do like an affirmative action 50-50 male-female pilot campaign. So he got a little inspired by that and he gets an interview. So with the help of his beauty ASMR YouTuber sister, he ends up doing a transformation to look like a woman, makeup, wig, taping things down, shaving, really funny montage. And then he is able to get the job as a woman, Jung-myoung, using his same sister's name. So this movie takes its time. It's actually really slow. There's a lot of parallels to other cross-dressing comedies like Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie, Some Like It Hot. And honestly, there's been a lot of those kind of movies. There was White Chicks and She's the Man in the early 2000s. But this one managed to be very classy and very simple. No trans jokes. The movie's not a laugh a minute riot, but it has some really good set pieces. It's more of a drama film with comedic elements. And the first half of this movie is basically him learning to be a woman, slowly getting the job, and then the plot takes off literally in the second half with more things going on. He finds himself trapped in this female persona and getting close to a fellow female pilot named So-ki and becoming like a sister to her. But then also there's the piggish Captain Seo, who is formerly a friend of his who keeps flirting with her, and she's got to keep him at bay. So the movie has a lot of rich themes of like gender equality, of course, that's like the main one, but then there's also empathy and integrity, the perils of social media fame and ambition. There's a lot of nice little things in there, and all of the characters are really well developed from all, obviously Jung-woo, but there's So-ki, and then there's his boss, the CEO lady. She seems to have a plan going on, and then there's also his family. He's got a wife and a kid, and they get a lot of development. He also has a mother and his sister. They're really nice dynamic between brother and sister. They like to bicker and things like that. So I really enjoyed all of the character dynamics, and the movie has great character development and memorable characters, some really good set pieces and laughs. Overall, doesn't try too hard to be funny. This is a really interesting, it's a concept we've seen before with Mrs. Doubtfire, but for different reasons. And it was really well done, really well balanced. It's towing the line between drama and comedy, but just perfectly manages to just find the perfect tightrope to go between the two of them without trying too hard to be funny. For example, there's a scene where Jung-woo as a woman and So-ki decide to go to a club, and they have some fun and they're dancing, and this drunk guy gets a little bit handsy with her, with Jung-woo, and doesn't know that she's a woman, and it doesn't turn into like this huge fist fight or a huge like drunken brawl or anything like that. It's realistic and simple. I liked how believable this movie was. You can say like, oh, a man wouldn't be able to pass as a woman just straight up. But, there's also the fact that, you won't know until you're in that situation. I had two friends in film school many years ago who volunteered for a photo shoot where they would put on dresses, makeup, and wigs, and they look completely different. They look like women. It's just, no, it's three of them. There's three of them. At a first glance, if you don't notice, you also can't just ask someone, if they're trans or if they're, why they have masculine or feminine features. You really can't do that. It's considered rude. So So this movie doesn't push that too far, and it focuses more on the characters. It's a really strong comedy drama film with a lot of empathy. It's a crowd pleaser. It's not inappropriate. It's really well done. I give Pilot a 7.5 out of 10.